I have tried and researched literally hundreds of supplements. And right now, there are 5 supplements in particular that I'm obsessed with, that I think have a huge impact on longevity, mental health, physical health, and a lot more.
Oh, hi, Mark.
What's up, Freccero fam? Welcome back to my channel. I'd like to experience everything that life has to offer. Let's get right into this. I'm super excited for this video because I've made a lot of videos about supplements, and I've made videos about me reviewing them, trying some for 30 days, and a lot more. But in this video, I want to talk about 5 in particular that right now, these 5 are my favorite supplements, especially because I'm very interested in them. Some of these you may have heard before, some of them not. And these 5 supplements have had a massive impact on me, like I said earlier, when it comes to longevity, physical health, mental health, and more. Number 1, vitamin D3, K2, and magnesium. My favorite supplement for this is the Do Not Age version of D3, K2, and magnesium. I wanted to say this because the big 3 that I say to a lot of people as a side note that most people are deficient in is vitamin D, fish oil, so EPA and DHA or omega-3s, and magnesium. And the good thing about this supplement that I love, that I'm obsessed with, is you literally take 1 pill a day, that's it, and you get these 3 amazing supplements all in one. We all know that vitamin D is extremely important. As you can see, vitamin D is a nutrient that the body needs along with calcium to build bones and keep them healthy. The body can absorb calcium only if it has enough vitamin D. Calcium is a major part of bones. Vitamin D also has many other uses in the body. It supports immune health and keeps muscles and brain cells working. Vitamin D isn't in many foods unless it's added. It's added to fortified milk and cereal, and it's in fish such as salmon, mackerel, and sardines. The body also makes vitamin D from direct sunlight on the skin. In addition, vitamin K2 is extremely important. What a lot of people don't know is that vitamin K2 and vitamin D go together very well. They have a synergistic blend, meaning when you take them both together, the effects of both are amplified. And as you can see, vitamin K2 is really good for bone health as it activates proteins that bind calcium to bones, promoting mineralization and healthy bone density. It works very well with vitamin D and is very good as well for heart health, blood clotting. Other potential benefits are dental health and cognitive function, and more. And then lastly, when it comes to magnesium, you can see this huge list of benefits. Magnesium is unbelievably important. And when you look at the statistics, estimates may vary, but roughly about 45 to 60% of people are magnesium deficient, which is why you definitely need magnesium in your diet or take it as a supplement. And that's why I love this one particular supplement from Do Not Age, because it's 1 pill with all 3 supplements. And in addition, it's only about $100 for the entire year. Number 2, urolithin A. I am obsessed with this supplement. The one I take is the one from Pro Health. I take about 250 to 500 milligrams of urolithin A a day, and this supplement is amazing. As you can see here, urolithin A offers benefits such as improved muscle strength and endurance, increased mitochondrial health, a more youthful immune system, and potential support for heart health. And it mainly works by improving the function and efficiency of mitochondria. And as we all know, mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. And I gotta say, when I take urolithin A, it gives me almost like a minor nootropic effect where I feel more cognitively focused, better. I feel like I can work out harder, longer. I can lift more weights. I can do more handstand push-ups. I feel like I can also produce better music. Like this one supplement hits me as if I just took the best mental and physical boosting supplement ever. Just the way it affects me. And of course, everybody is different. Now, one thing I do want to say when it comes to these supplements is each one affects people differently, right? That's true of anything. But it also depends upon the nature of the supplement. For example, the first one, vitamin D, K2, and magnesium by Do Not Age, that's not the kind of supplement that you take and feel it, so to speak. It's the kind of supplement that you take and over time you notice the benefits because you're taking it every day and it's giving your body the building blocks it needs. With urolithin A, it's kind of on the other end of that spectrum where when I take it, I feel it. Kind of similar to caffeine, for example. Again, I don't know what it is, but when I take urolithin A, it's like it supercharges my body. It may be right now, maybe my favorite supplement, period. Because when I take it, the physical and mental benefits I get are insane with pretty much anything I'm doing. Number 3, HMB, or to be more specific, beta-hydroxybeta-methylbutyrate. Say that 5 times fast. Now, HMB is a really interesting supplement that right now, given my distal bicep tendon tear, I'm obsessed with. But I've also done more research, and it's very interesting I think what could happen with longevity. Now, when it comes to HMB, there are mainly two benefits. One, if you just started working out, it can help you recover faster. The second thing is if you can't work out for whatever reason, or let's say you're not working out, it helps you retain that muscle mass. So for the past 3 months, because of my distal bicep tendon tear, I've not been able to work out. So I've taken 3 grams of HMB powder. The one I take is the NutriCost HMB. I take 3 grams of the NutriCost HMB powder, and what it does is it helps you retain a lot of that muscle even if you're not working out. So let's say if you're traveling for a couple weeks, let's say you're on a month-long road trip, let's say like me, you got injured, or let's say you're disabled or handicapped and you can't work out and you want to retain as much muscle as you can, which of course is very important, take 3 grams of HMB. With that being said, as you can see here, after age 30, each decade, the average person loses between 3 and 5% of their muscle mass. Once you hit age 60, that accelerates a lot. So HMB has been something that's been given to, like, say, elderly people or people above age 60 in order to retain as much muscle mass as possible. But for me, one thing I have kind of thought of is like, well, if I'm losing between 3 and 5% of my muscle mass every decade, why not take HMB now? There have been mixed reports where in some cases they say, look, if you take 3 grams of HMB, even after age 30, it's not going to do anything. Not going to do anything. But on the other end, there have been some reports to say, look, if you are going to be losing that muscle mass, that 3 to 5% every decade after age 30, HMB might actually help you retain that muscle mass and not lose it as much. Number 4, bromelain. This one is awesome. I currently take the Doctor's Best bromelain. With this supplement, this allows you to heal really, really fast. There's an old wives' tale that if you're getting your wisdom teeth out, to have like that big metallic jug of pineapple juice either before or typically after. And the theory is by having that, you're going to be able to heal faster. Those cuts and wounds in your mouth is going to heal a lot smoother and less pain. And here's the thing, there's actually a lot of truth to that, because pineapple juice has very, very high concentrations of bromelain. But as opposed to drinking that entire jug, you can just take the supplement. And this is something that I've been taking a lot, especially with my distal bicep tendon tear, but in general, that when I take this and I work out, let's say I get hurt, let's say I sprain something, let's say I pull something, let's say my muscles are just sore, it is crazy how much faster I heal when taking bromelain than when I don't. And this is one supplement that I'm definitely gonna be taking forever. Actually, I'll say this for all these supplements, I'll be taking these forever, but especially bromelain, it is crazy that when I take it, it's just insane how fast my body heals, regardless of what I'm doing. Like say if I'm sore after workout, boom, I have bromelain. Like say I want my bicep to heal faster or my distal tendon to heal faster, I'm taking bromelain. Like say, I don't know, I get a cut, let's say I pull something, again, anything happens to my body where it needs to heal, I have bromelain. I mean, I've also noticed too that when I work out now, I'm less sore. I do kind of feel like it's something that helps repair me in different ways where maybe I can then hit it hard again the next day. It is crazy how powerful bromelain is. Number 5, creatine monohydrate. This is one that you might not expect what I'm about to say, because creatine is arguably the most studied fitness supplement, period. The one I take is Do Not Age's creatine monohydrate. I've already done a dedicated video about it. Here's the thing though about creatine, which you may not know. A lot of people, when they think of creatine, use it for physical performance. I'm gonna run faster, lift more weight, do more handstand push-ups in my case. But the big thing that's been coming out in a lot of studies is the mental benefits. So back in the day, I used to take 5 grams of creatine. That is the standard dose. But then when I looked at Do Not Age's creatine, they suggest 10 grams. And at first I was like, why 10 grams? Like, why are they suggesting to take double the dose? When you look into it, around 10 grams is when you start getting the mental benefits. And I first heard about some of these benefits from Andrew Huberman on Tony Hawk's podcast, where he mentioned they did a study and they found that those who take 10 grams of creatine versus those who don't, after a traumatic brain injury or TBI, those who took the 10 grams of creatine recovered significantly faster.
It turns out that for someone who's about 180 pounds or so, taking 10 grams of creatine per day has been shown to offset a lot of the cognitive effects of TBI. Turns out that when you get hit in the head, so creatine phosphate is used as a fuel in the forebrain, which is one of the main sites of injury. Yeah. And so it's a known cognitive enhancer.
That's very interesting for me because I'm like, all right, they're not trying to build more muscle. They're not trying to lift more on their bench press or run a faster marathon or mile. They're just trying to recover faster and it helped with the mental processing of recovering faster. There's been also now a lot of reports to show that by taking creatine, it reduces the risk of, let's say, neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and more. It's pretty crazy how powerful creatine is when it comes to the mental benefits. It's also been shown when it comes to the mental health psychological benefits of reducing things like depression. Another crazy study that came out that Dr. Rhonda Patrick has talked about in a recent podcast is when it comes to sleep. Sleep is, of course, very important, by far the most important supplement out of anything. If you're wondering on this video, what is your favorite supplement? Sleep. They did a study with creatine and they found that, let's say if you're extremely sleep deprived, if you have, let's say, 20, 25, 30 grams of creatine, so 5 to 6 times the average dose, it helps reduce the negative effects of sleep, and so it allows you to perform pretty cognitively well as if almost you got a good night's of sleep, which is kind of crazy. So let's say I'm super jet lagged. Let's say I have not slept well at all. As opposed to taking 10 milligrams, I might double up to 20 or maybe even 30. It is crazy how powerful creatine is. And again, I wanted to stress this point because I think for a lot of people, when they picture creatine, they think of the physical benefits. Working out, some guy trying to bench as much as he can so he takes creatine. Look at the mental benefits, reducing depression, reducing Alzheimer's, increasing your mood and making you happier. You can perform better when you've been on little sleep and so much more. And now a bonus supplement that I've been very obsessed with is electrolytes. But I have to be specific here. I'm talking about the Trace Minerals Liquid Concentrate Electrolytes. I'm a huge fan of the supplement, and I might as well say too, I've purchased all these supplements with my own money. So I just want to say that. And with Trace Minerals, what I love about this supplement is one, electrolytes are, of course, very important. We all know this. Gatorade, Powerade, Pedialyte has been a huge thing right now, Liquid IV, and a lot more. Electrolytes are important. But one thing about most electrolyte supplements that I don't like is one, they break my fast. I do intermittent fasting from about 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Most electrolytes have other stuff in them and it breaks your fast. The second thing is a lot of them, because electrolytes or natural electrolytes don't taste the best, have sugar and dyes and all this kind of additives. What I like about Trace Minerals, and I'm obsessed with this stuff now, is when I wake up, I typically have black coffee. I love coffee. I love caffeine. I have black coffee, and then I have water with electrolytes. And I find that when I have the water with the Trace Minerals, one, I'm not breaking my fast, which is great because it's pure electrolytes. But then two, which is a big one, there's no other additive stuff in it. With Liquid IV, hate to say it, there's a lot of sugar. And a lot of other electrolyte supplements have dyes, sugars, they add in maybe a bunch of other stuff that you don't need. With this, it's just pure, highly concentrated electrolytes. And I gotta say, I definitely notice it more when I take it than when I don't. Whether, let's say, I'm dehydrated and I definitely need electrolytes, whether I'm working out. I actually did a 45-minute sauna earlier today. I did 25 minutes, took a break, then another 20. I had a bunch of Trace Minerals, put it in water, drank it. One thing I will say, this stuff is aggressively concentrated. I mean, aggressively concentrated. So I would not have it straight. It also tastes a bit funky. So my main kind of strategy is if I have a cup of water, I put in enough where I can start tasting it. Because this stuff does not taste the best. I'll be honest. My thing is, hey, have a cup of water, put some in it, chug it. Now I'm good to go. And I will say for me now, I feel like I'm almost Pavloved into it, where now I actually love the taste of it. But if you've not had purely only concentrated electrolytes, it can be a bit jarring. But I gotta say, regardless of what you're doing, electrolytes and hydration is very important. And with this stuff, you buy it, you put it in any liquid you have, now you just got a ton of electrolytes without all the negative stuff.